Hello, I'm HD Chambers, Superintendent of Schools for Alief ISD. And once again, I trust that everyone that's tuning in to view this video is doing well. Um, at the time of me recording this, the weather has cooled down and hopefully we are now going to begin experiencing some less humid, less warm weather conditions for the foreseeable future. As normal, I've got several things I'd like to share with the students, with staff, and with parents in the community related to Alief ISD and all the many things that are going on as we all know. So I want to start with a message to students real quickly. First, I want to thank you for those of you that are continuing to attend school in a virtual or a in-person environment. I am extremely grateful for every one of you that have overcome obstacles and overcome just the barriers that go along with what we're all experiencing right now. I know many of you have family concerns. Many of you older students are working to help yourself and to support your family, and then trying to go to school. So I just want to express my appreciation to every one of you, from our youngest 4-year-olds, or actually we have some 3-year-olds, all the way up to our high school seniors. I want to thank each one of you for your continued patience, your continued diligence, and your continued understanding of how important your education is, even in the middle of a pandemic. Please know that our teachers are continuing to hold you guys to high standards. Attempting to make sure that you have mastered and understand the content they're trying to teach. And I just want to remind you as a student that if you don't take care of your business, you could fail a course, you could fail a semester. As you know, we're in the second 9 weeks of the fall semester. And so I just want to keep encouraging you to keep taking care of your schoolwork, but I also want you to know I understand that many of you have other pressing issues as well. So, but don't let your education suffer. Please do not let that happen. Okay. For parents, keep helping your children. Keep staying on them. I know it's difficult sometimes, but please continue with your unwavering support of your own child or your own children, as well as our school system, our school district. We greatly appreciate that. We know we make mistakes at times, and we try to correct those mistakes, and we try to move forward. So again, thank you for your patience and your support. I will once again remind everyone that enrollment is still low across the greater Houston area. That's been gradually increasing minimally in our district as well as others, but we still have somewhere in the neighborhood across the Houston area, 36 to 38,000, perhaps as many as 40,000 students that we expected to be in school this year that are not. In Alief alone, as I've said before, we have roughly 3,400 that we were expecting that are not here. And in some cases, we got families that are not sending their children to school because they're concerned. So again, I know I'm repeating myself each week, but it's a critical issue that we cannot allow an entire school year to go by, and many of our children, particularly our youngest children, pre-K, kinder, first, second, third grade, we cannot allow them to go uneducated, unschooled. So I'll continue to reach out and ask for help and support, and for everyone to take this as a community initiative and make sure that every child is in school. So please help us do that. As you know, the virus is beginning to, or in some cases it already has, but it's beginning to not that it ever left, but it's beginning to have an uptick in the number of cases across the greater Houston area. That's no different. We've had cases in Alief. I want every parent, staff member, student, I want everyone to know that we report those cases that we have. We confer with local health officials, Harris County Public Health, as well as the Texas Medical Center. So please know that no decision is being made without expertise being sought And obviously I am in no position from a medical perspective to make decisions. So we are seeking guidance and advice in working collaboratively with doctors, physicians, from our local health officials, again, with the county and with the medical center. So I just want to, when we make decisions to do certain things or to not do certain things, they're not made in a vacuum. So they're made with thoughtful conversations and in some cases daily conversations. I also want to take this time to encourage, and this is for adults, well, and students, but for adults, parents, community members, staff, continue wearing masks, continue socially distancing, and continue keeping your hands as clean as possible. We have to do that not just at school. We have to do that in our daily lives. What we're finding across the state is that there are very, very few cases of COVID being transmitted while in school. The cases are being brought into school when the contact tracing is done, whether it's a student or an adult. It is almost 100% of the time traced back to something outside of school. So don't let your proverbial guard down because you leave the classroom or you leave the school building. So keep encouraging your family, your friends to continue doing this. And I know there's issues both ways on this, but I'm just telling you what I have learned through my discussions over the last 7 or 8 months with health officials at the local, the state, and the national level. So keep doing that. Just don't do it at work. Just don't do it at school. Do it all the time. Just a little good news. We've, as you know, we began playing volleyball and football over the last 3 weeks, I guess 4 weeks almost. This week we have games at Crump Stadium Thursday night and Friday night. Friday night is the annual match between Elsick and Hastings. It's got a long history, and if you're interested, it will be broadcast streaming live at www.texan. Excuse me, I'm gonna look at my notes real quick. Texas Live. Let me say that again. www.texaslive, TEXASLIVE.com. www.texaslive.com. That's Friday night at 7 p.m. Elsick and Hastings. So please join. I got a couple of requests for those, and this is mainly for adults in our community. Could be parents, but adults. There is, if you haven't heard, there is a shortage across the country, and we're no different. Alief is not immune to this, but there's a shortage of substitute teachers, and there's a shortage of bus drivers. And part of the reason for the shortage in both of these fields, both substitutes, teachers and bus drivers, is because of some concerns. We've obviously lost teachers across the state of Texas who have resigned or retired because of their health conditions, their concern. We obviously have people out every day because of just natural life things, children being sick, things come up. We obviously have times where we have cases of positive COVID cases where we have to quarantine some staff members. Doesn't happen all the time, but it does occur. But for all these reasons, we have a shortage of subs, and it's true of every district. So it's Alief, it's all of our neighbors. So I am asking, if you're a parent or a community member and you think you might be interested in serving as a sub and making a little extra money, please visit our website, www.aliefisd.net. Click on our human resources or HR webpage, and there's links regarding substitutes. Or you can just type, click on the contact us button and send us a note that you're interested and give us a contact information. But I guess what I'm asking is if there's anyone interested in substitute teaching and helping out as we all go through this pandemic, please let us know. It does compensate pretty well, and we're looking at other initiatives and incentives, but we would love to have anybody that's qualified and interested to join our team as a substitute teacher. So there are some qualifications. I want to be really clear. There are some qualifications you'll have to meet. So if you're interested and you don't meet those qualifications, I apologize, but please know that. As far as bus drivers, we provide training. A lot of people enjoy driving a bus because it's not a full 10-hour day job or 8-hour a day job. It's kind of a morning, midday, noon, and afternoon. So if you're interested in a little part-time job driving a school bus, I encourage you again to go to our website under transportation, as well as under human resources, because we have the drivers jobs posted there. But we'd love to have you join our team. Bus driving, we provide the training, we provide all the resources necessary to get you the appropriate license if you need it. So anyway, just an opportunity to help everyone out, help your school system out, and also make a little extra money in addition to that. Last thing I want to visit on is got election day. Well, no, it's not the last thing. I'm sorry. There is one more thing I want to talk about. And then the last thing will be election day. I want to let everyone know, and this is mainly for our staff. The state of Texas yesterday, which was Wednesday, announced that they are providing districts across the state of Texas with a supply of rapid test results for COVID. So ALEF is going to secure a large number of tests that can be used to test students, students and staff. But we are in the process right now of making decisions on how we're going to logistically do this, how we're going to communicate to staff members, how our campuses are going to be able to hold these types of testings. Obviously, our nurses and our head of our school health programs are going to kind of manage this. So we're really early. We haven't received them yet. As a matter of fact, we haven't been able to order them yet. We will order them sometime today or tomorrow. But I have shared with the board the intent, and the bottom line here is simply to have an option for adults, particularly on campuses. Mainly, these are just for campus employees. I should have clarified that. But to give peace of mind, as well as provide an additional layer of safety as we continue into the school year and as we begin seeing the number of COVID cases increase. So we will provide you much more information. This will be optional for employees, but based on the feedback I've received from our STAC committee, which is the Superintendent's Teacher Advisory Committee yesterday, there seems to be a pretty fair amount of positive responses to this rapid test that is going to be coming out. So it's the 15-minute rapid result. As it was described to me, it is not the one that they use the long Q-tip and go up into the far reaches of your nostril and your head, but it's kind of a swab in the nose area. So anyway, more coming. I just want to make everybody aware of it. Okay, last thing. November 3rd, if you haven't heard, is election day. And I just want to remind, and this is for everyone, this is for students who are eligible to vote, as well as community members, parents, and then obviously staff. We are working diligently to encourage staff to participate in voting. And as you have read, hopefully, and seen on TV, the number of voters across our state and across the country through early voting is unprecedented. Boy, we should have used that word a lot, unprecedented. But it is. There are close to 75 million votes that have been cast across the United States early. And in the state of Texas, it is approaching 9.5 million votes that have been cast early. So I want to encourage everyone to vote. I want to encourage our staff members to have healthy conversations about the election. We all know that it's controversial, it's emotional. We have to be real careful to make sure that we as educators do not come across as trying to persuade a particular candidate, a particular party, a particular proposition, a particular issue. But it is incumbent upon us to have these conversations and allow students to speak, and us try to give the best answers we can, and allow allow the ideas of democracy and the ideas of voting and the ideas of election and the idea of how important it is to be an informed voter. That's part of our responsibility in education. It is not our responsibility to try to influence and to try to persuade students to think or believe one way or the other. That is not our job. But our job is definitely to talk about the issues of the day. Excuse me. So please be an informed voter. If you're an educator in our district, talk about it with your colleagues, talk about it with students, be respectful of your colleagues' beliefs. It's one beautiful thing about Alief. We're diverse, both in students and staff. We all come from different backgrounds and different walks of life, and sometimes we see things differently. That's the beauty of things. So let's kind of defy what's going on in our society, and let's be able to have a reasonable discussion with our friends and our colleagues, knowing that reasonable people can disagree on things. We have to be able to do that as a society, and it just seems to me that has been lost in the last I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years. We can't talk and disagree with each other without things becoming personal and emotional and impacting our ability, impacting friendships, impacting relationships. But let's work on that. Let's see if we can be an island in that regard, so that we can have good, healthy discussions, robust discussions about things that we might not agree on. With that, thank you very much. Appreciate everyone's support of our school district. Thanks for watching this. Stay safe, and we will talk to you next week. God bless everyone.